Hey folks, Ready Set Prep here. I wanted to go over some simple solar charging solutions with you today for those who might not be able to afford or do not have a larger charging system. These smaller options are things that you can use for filling the small gaps, charging flashlights and cell phones, rechargeable batteries, smaller things through your house, even down to powering small things like toasters, in simple crock pots, things like that. So, first and foremost, since 1953, we've had just an uptick and an uproar in solar panels. You know, they're of all shapes, all sizes, all densities, and all prices. Some of these things can be pretty pricey. You can get anything from the $600 and $700 that won't run a stove, all the way up to $6, $7, $8, $9,000 converters. And these, I think, are for people who, can use these on a budget. Things that are very simple and small. Throw them in a backpack. They're portable, and overall, you're really just trying to light your areas. You don't need huge, amounts of power to run a light bulb, charge cell phones and laptops. So, going over those today. First, I wanted to talk about the solar DC system, the 30-watt solar lighting system over here, which it comes with light bulbs. It runs a DC 5-volt output, and it comes with 4 lights: the solar panel, the charging unit, extra compatible cords for many different cell phone types. This here, and then this larger 3 panels here with the monocrystalline here. A couple of the light bulbs. These are fairly bright. So, and they come with a lot of cords, so you can run these through your house and just use those in very simple, smaller areas. I think I paid about $150 for that. The next is going to be your Fly Home here. This is a single light and solar panel. This is a 2-pack remote LED bulb and solar panel. It's 7 watts. It runs the DC 5-volt capacity. It's 180 lumens. And this here is also great for small places. You can hang this out of your window, and it's just a single light bulb here, and it will charge itself up and come on. Not extremely bright, but for the most part, Fly Home is who makes these. These are remote operable. So again, just simple, easy lighting solutions. That way you're not running on a huge backup battery system. Your King Solar 21-watt solar panel here. This is dual USB ports. Great fold up for your backpack or your bug out bag. We charge cell phones on this as well, and smaller radios, things like that. You have your Eaton solar panel, solar power radios with cranks. We've got a couple of those here and here, and they both have flashlights on them. They crank, they're solar, very easy, simple options. We're actually subscribed to what's called BattleBox, if you're not familiar, and we get these smaller options through there as well. Next, we have the Dynamo Solar and Crank Light. That's these guys here, and they're very easy, small. Chuck them in your bag. You can power crank them, or they can charge in the sun. They charge fairly quickly, and they hold a great charge of some light. So I use those. This orange small power bank here. This is a smaller power bank, just a cheap on Amazon. It's got a flashlight on it here as well. You can use this. It's got dual USB ports, great for recharging, small cell phones, backup flashlights, things to that degree. So our Nature Power Semiflex, which it's an 8-watt monocrystalline panel. It's got a max system, 500 volts, and these are something that you can use for your charging your car batteries. You could recharge even a small power system that you've built, battery system. Great for something you could use on the go, backup, things to that degree. Hybrid light, solar powered here. So this is a great little LED light, very bright flashlight. solar panel on the back. You can plug this into a wall. Really like this light. It's got a flexible head on it here. Very bright. I use this on a very, very regular basis. Very good, so you can use it for backup solar charging there. Your Renogy. This is our Renogy eFlex 50 monocrystalline solar panels. It's a 50 watt panel and it puts out about 19 volt DC output. I got it for the Fenix Elite briefcase as an extra faster charging option. It comes with all the cords inside of it here for easy charging, and it hooks right up to this system here. Also, we have these smaller jars here. These are a small jar solar panel, and again, just for simple small light inside of bathrooms and bedrooms. We're not trying to run the whole house. You could very simply save your larger systems and just run these smaller options, and inside of here is just a string of lights, and you go ahead and this will charge itself in the sun and give you a very small ambient light. So easy to use, very inexpensive. I think we found these on Amazon as well. The Renogy Fenix Elite here, this is a portable solar generator. It's got a lithium ion battery inside, built-in solar panel. It's a 300 watt peak, you know, AC, DC, USB, USB-A port, gig port. It's extremely portable. Comes with a flashlight. Basically, you open this thing up. It will sit and charge itself. Very great option to have. This was, I couldn't tell you how much this was, to be honest with you. These are on Amazon, and I've had this for a year and a half or so to 2 years. I think we got this with the pandemic, and the price is probably up 30 or 40%. So, but an easy, smaller, this is not a $1,000 system. I don't think we gave $500 for this system here, maybe. But just an easy to use Fenix Elite. All your ports here, if you guys can see this here, it's got your USB, your cigarette port there, your DC, your AC here, so you can plug in all your charging options on this side here. So you could run your solar panel, your eFlex inside of there. It's got a flashlight on it. Which one? Come on. Anyways, so excellent little backup system. Also, in a grid down situation, you want to make sure that you're running, you know, if you run out of options, you have a vehicle. You could also run this is a MaxPart 500 watt smart power inverter. It's a DC 12 volt to AC 110 volt, basically. It's got USB ports, a cigarette adapter port. If you run out of power, you can always use it in your car. Always remember you have a battery in there, and you know, or a boat or a classic car sitting in your garage. There's always going to be another source of power. You can take this here, plug this into your cigarette lighter here, and then you can convert your DC power to your 110 on this here. I'm not 110% sure here, but I do believe that Renogy eFlex has wires to hook up to this area here on the back so that you can use it there as well. So, and maybe charge that. I'm going to look into that because that's interesting. I probably shouldn't tell you guys you can do that. I'm not saying you can do that, but I believe that's an option for getting some power. So, and then some things that are kind of on my other list. If the grid goes down, there is no more electricity. The first thing you're going to do if you have to travel, a lot of people are not used to maps. They're using GPS. So I've always recommended that you get a really easy, ready to read map of your state that you live in. Okay, I actually live in the state of Missouri, so I have a Missouri map. And then also you can get a map of the United States. Again, a very useful thing to learn and know how to use. I actually have this folded in a sense where I can see the surrounding areas around Missouri in case we needed to travel. A compass. You also want to have this is a Sportner. This is a great little compass. This is a glow in the dark. It's got a level on it. just excellent compass. You guys need to learn how to use these. If you're mapping, a GPS won't work in a grid down situation. And to be honest with you, a lot of these things, say you're charging cell phones, we're not going to need cell phones. This would be more for running, you're trying to charge your backup rechargeable batteries and smaller things like that, and lights throughout the house on a small scale. So I hope you guys found some of this useful. There's a lot of other options. These are just a few of the options that I thought would be helpful for somebody who was just starting out in preparedness. Again, this is not your $1,000 systems. There's a lot of videos on those, and we'll do one on those more expensive type solar charging units. But for now, these are going to be the quicker, easy to obtain as time is getting down to the wire. We've got a economy that's kind of going in a certain direction. We've got a global conflict, and supplies are flying off the shelves with inflation. These types of options are things that are easy to get into, and I recommend you do it now. If you guys like this video, please like it, share it with your friends, perhaps subscribe to the channel. There's a few other videos that we've done very similar, where there's just easy options for people to get into for beginning preppers, or even for the prepper who is just trying to fill gaps and smaller, easy solutions. So I hope you guys like these types of videos, and leave me a comment, and don't forget to ready, set, prep.